Okay. Let's just see the live. Okay. We're live. We're good. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. Let's start over. We're gonna watch some videos, commenting a little bit, maybe watch some X videos, and then we're gonna play some games, okay? So, first of all, we're gonna see a military summary channel. Please go and subscribe. The link is in the description to this video and his channel. So he's an amazing guy. You can watch him every day. He's got like 2 videos a day. Both of them are 15 minutes maybe. And you can find out everything what's going on in Ukraine, in the war, or in Iran war, and any major news. So shout out the Military Summary channel. Link is in description. Please go and subscribe. Now, let's watch what's happening. Let me just for a second switch this off so we don't see it. I don't want this to go to the air. Just a second. Okay. Now we are good. Now we're gonna. Now we are. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Mm-hmm. Where's our? Oh fuck it. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. Let's start.
Hello my dear friends, you're in the Military
Hello,
Summary
brother.
channel, and in today's video we're going to discuss the most important events that took place during the previous 12 hours. We have lots of very interesting updates, so let's start. And first let's talk about the conflict on the territory of Ukraine, where during the previous night, once again, both the Russians and the Ukrainians attacked each other. The Ukrainians were using hundreds of drones to attack deep inside of the territory of Russia, and as you can see, once again, the Ukrainians were attacking in many directions, in the southern direction, in the northern direction, and the Ukrainians were trying to hit targets deep inside of the territory of Russia. And of course, during the night, we were receiving lots of updates on this matter. For example, according to information we have, there was a very heavy air battle over the city of Rostov-on-Don. The local sources published lots of videos of how the Russians were bringing down Ukraine's drones and missiles that were flying over the settlement. But despite the fact that the Russians managed to destroy almost everything, several drones or missiles hit some targets on the territory of the city, and this is the video that we received during the night. As you can see, a fire broke out somewhere in the area of the city of Rostov, right exactly when the Ukrainians attacked. And here we have the moment of explosion. It seems that an ammo depot was destroyed or something like this. Furthermore, the Ukrainians were attacking deep inside of the territory of Russia, and according to information we have, the Ukrainians launched hundreds of drones in the eastern direction. First, we had reports about very heavy clashes, about very heavy air battle in the area of the settlement of Belgorod. The Russians were trying to intercept everything that was flying over the city. Then the Ukrainians moved further in the direction of the city of Saratov, and we received the report that some military object was hit by the Ukrainians in the central part of the city. Another batch of drones, more drones, continued moving further in the northeastern direction, and we started receiving reports that the Ukrainians were trying to hit a warehouse on the territory of the city of Yekaterinburg, but the Ukrainians missed the target. The Ukrainian drones continued moving further, and we started receiving reports about explosions on the territory of the city of Tyumen. More precisely, the Ukrainians were trying to hit and to destroy the Tyumen oil refinery. So this is the route of the Ukraine's attack during the previous night. Now let's discuss everything in details, and first let's talk about the city of Belgorod. The Minister of Defense of the Russian Federation reported that during the previous day, during the basically 24th of July of 2026, the Russians destroyed 210 drones, and as for the previous night, between the 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. of the 25th of July of 2026, the Russians destroyed 328 drones that were launched by the Ukrainian side. And as we discussed, the city of Belgorod was the first city where the clashes in the sky occurred. In this video, we can see several explosions on the territory of the city, and the sources reported that the Ukrainians attacked some logistics and the Yuzhne substation. And here we have a video of a very heavy explosion on the territory of the city, which means that the Ukrainians managed to damage something. The drones moved further in the eastern direction, and now we are coming to the settlement of Saratov. This is a very important settlement. I would like to point to attention that almost every single day these days, the President Ukraine Zelensky says that the Russians are ready for the next massive attack, and obviously the strategic airfield of Engels 2 the Russians would use for these purposes. And during the nights, the Ukrainians were trying to attack the territory, and the sources reported that it seems that the former headquarters of the 22nd Guards Heavy Bomber Aviation Red Banner Division in Engels was attacked by the Ukrainians. So as you can see, some object of military infrastructure was attacked by the Ukrainians, and as you can see, a very big fire broke out right after the Ukrainians attacked the territory. But the drones continued moving further in the northeastern direction, and we started receiving reports from the city of Yekaterinburg, and the Ukrainians were trying to hit and to destroy this warehouse. But according to information we have, the Ukrainians missed the target, despite the fact that this morning we started receiving...
I mean, the Russians are going to have a really big problem. I mean, they already have one problem. I know they're working on it, but Russia is enormous. It's enormous, so big. You just, no matter how good their defense is, and the Russians are the best, it's just, you just can't cover everything up, man. You need fire mobile teams, like 10,000 of them, to even cover that length. But I know they're working on something that's going to render all fucking drones useless. And when that happened, Ukraine is gone in 10 days. So I know the Russians are working on something. I watched it. It's like 6 months away. They're working on it. They tested it. It's working. No drone can penetrate it. It's working like an EMP. But they had the problems. If you're using like something like an EMP, it's frying all fucking electronic chips. Not even a fucking radio will work in the surroundings of 10 to 15 kilometers. The problem is, if you do that, you're going to fry your own. So the Russians found a way to direct the fucking beam. Let's say a beam, a EMP snap. EMP is electromagnetic what's it called? Pulse. That thing is like when a nuclear bomb explodes, that wave of electromagnetic pulse coming in and frying everything electronic, except if you have it, if you have your electronics protected in a Faraday cage. So I know the Russians are working on something. They already figured it out. They already figured out the beams. They just need to build it in a mass quantities. So when every group on the front line of Russian soldiers got one of these, it's over. It's because Ukrainian drones, they can just move forward and don't bother of the drones at all, because they know nothing in this angle of them drone will work. So that's it. But we gotta wait another 6 months.
giving lots of updates on this matter. We received lots of videos with black smoke, and pro-Ukrainian sources reported that the warehouse was damaged, and the Ukrainians were expecting that the warehouse would be destroyed or reduced to ruins as a result of fire. But later we received this video from a closer angle, and here we can see that indeed the Ukrainians were trying to hit this warehouse, but most likely the Russians managed to bring down Ukraine's drones, and some parts fell on the parking site, and as you can see, lots of vehicles were destroyed, and the black smoke that we could see during the previous videos were the black smoke of the fire on the parking site. So this is the situation. The Russians managed to save this warehouse, and drones of the armed forces of Ukraine continued moving further in the northeastern direction, and the Ukrainians were trying to hit and to destroy the Tyumen oil refinery. And this morning we received lots of videos from this area, and according to the preliminary data, it seems that the Ukrainians managed to hit this oil refinery. Since the beginning of the fuel war, the Ukrainians made maybe 5 or 4 attempts to attack the oil refinery. Let's take a look. Let's increase the number of updates, let's say since March of 2026, and we would see that between 1st of March and 25th of July of 2026, the Ukrainians made probably hundreds of attempts to attack the territory of this refinery, but the Russians managed to repel the previous attacks. So let's take a look at these videos. For example, the Ukrainians tried to attack the oil refinery on the 6th of June of 2026. The Ukrainians were trying to attack the oil refinery on the 20th of June of 2026, on the 25th of July. So as you can see, on the 29th of June, we had a report about...
Now remember, every single of these nights, Ukrainians are sending 300, 400, 500 drones in that direction. So Russians were able to dismantle every single one of them. That's how good they are. Well, if you can, people are laughing like, oh, the Russians are... You don't know how many they destroy every day. Yes, you see 1 or 2 coming in and hitting the target, but you don't see 300, 400 being destroyed. That's how good they are.
The consequences of attacks. So between 6th of June and the 25th of July of 2026, the Ukrainians made at least 3 attempts to attack this oil refinery, and the previous attempts were repelled by Russians. But it seems that as for this attack,
you just can't deal with it. It's so many drones, you just can't deal with everything. Even the fire teams, like, you have to change your magazine at least. If you were like having like Russians having those like new portable mobile teams, are firing like crazy, like a Gatling gun. Even in a moment you're gonna run out of bullet, you have to reload. So if you wanna succeed, you're gonna have like 5 fire teams in front of you, back of them, behind them, spreading around. So if one team misses, the other team behind can hit it. But you need like 10,000 of these. So it's gonna stay like this. Russia will get hit. Russia will get hit with a few drones. Refineries there, this warehouse here, but Ukrainians are being destroyed in a magnitude they will never, ever, ever recover. Ever. Okay, let's say the Ukrainians, when explode, go poof, but when Russians hitting something, it's going boom. Yeah, this is like a propaganda material. Yeah, look at it. St. Petersburg is like burning. No, it's one drone hitting one refinery. That's it. Just one fucking drone. Russians couldn't deal with it. 500. That's it. That's no country in the world. There is no army in the world at the moment. Not even United States. Not even China could deal with it. This amount of drones coming in that direction. No matter how many mobile teams you got, there is no way.
Seems that Ukrainians managed to break through the Russia's air defense and hit refinery, dealing damage. As of the morning of the 25th of July of 2026, we don't know for sure what kind of damage the Ukrainians managed to deal, but one thing is clear, that the drones of the armed forces of Ukraine managed to get the city. The distance between possible launching positions and the settlement of Tyumen itself and its oil refinery is more than 2,000 kilometers, so which means that the Ukrainians indeed have capabilities to attack deep inside of the territory of Russia. Now let's move further and let's discuss the situation with the Russian overnight attack, because the Russians were also attacking the territory of Ukraine. And this morning, the Minister of Defense of Ukraine reported that the Russians during the night used 159 air means to attack the territory of Ukraine. The Russians were using drones, and the Russians were using up to two missiles. Yes, two missiles have 59 type were used by Russians. The Russians most likely were using those missiles to attack the territory of the city of Odessa. And this morning we received lots of reports on this matter. For example, we received the report that the Russians attacked a vessel that was trying to bring coal to Ukraine using the Black Sea corridor, but the Russians attacked the territory. Furthermore, the Russians attacked and destroyed several tankers and vessels or dry cargo ships on the territory of the port infrastructure of the city of Nikolaev. And here we have videos on this matter.
Yeah, you see how stupid Ukrainians are? You see, they started this shit when they started attacking Russian civilian ships in the Sea of Azov. You see? And what happened? Russians destroyed every ship in Odessa. Now they're going to destroy every ship on this river. And they completely blocked Odessa port. The only lifeline to Ukraine is Odessa port. Everything coming through there. But now, no ships coming through there. Zero. There's some cargo you just can't transport on the road. There's just not. You can transport it to the ship. Not even with a plane. Some cargo you can only transport to ships. So Russians stopped everything coming to Ukraine through sea. That's a fucking enormous. You see, the Russians didn't do that because they were cool. They were good. They didn't do it from the start. But as soon as Ukrainians start attacking ships, now they're paying double. What a fucking idiot.
Furthermore, the Russians during the night attacked and destroyed a locomotive in the area of the settlement by the name of Devladova. So this is the vehicle that was attacked and damaged by Russians. Furthermore, the Russians attacked and destroyed almost every single gas station through the territory of the Dnipro region. And for example, this is the map where we can see the points of gas stations that were destroyed by Russians through Dnipro River.
900 gas stations destroyed in the last month. In Kharkov, in Zaporizhia, in Sumy, in Dnipropetrovsk. Russians are dismantled. You see, they always laugh like, oh, the Russians, they don't have fuel. They're waiting in lines in the gas station. Yes, maybe true. Some did. Not in Russia, but in Crimea, that's absolutely true. But let me tell you something. The Ukrainians cannot stand in line. You know why? Because there is no gas station. Not anymore. That's the difference.
I tried to count the number of gas stations that were destroyed.
At least 900.
According to my understanding, there were more than 70 gas stations that the Russians destroyed since the beginning of the fuel war just through the Dnipro region.
Just in Dnipro region.
The Russians continue hunting and destroying gas stations through the Poltava region.
At least 900
so as you can
of
see,
them.
the Russians are getting deeper and deeper inside of the territory of Ukraine, trying to destroy gas stations. And according to information we have, at least 3 gas stations along MO3 road were destroyed by Russians. This is the first gas station. This is, for example, the second gas station. And this is, for example, the third gas station that was destroyed by Russians between the 24th and the 25th of July of 2020.
So those gas stations are done. So now let me explain something new. You see this fucking road going to Kharkiv? Now, if you want to come from, let's say, Kiev to here, There is no gas station left on this road. Not even here, not even here. The Russians destroyed everything. First, they destroyed everything in Kharkov, then Sumy, then Zaporizhia, then Donbass. And now they're hunting in Dnepropetrovsk. Now, let me explain something. If you're going to go with a truck carrying ammunition load, you're going to have to bring fuel with you. And you can't bring it in a small canteens. You're going to have to bring it in a barrel. And that takes space, weight. So every time you go to Kharkiv from any of these directions here, I know that every gas station is destroyed this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. So if you're going to come to Kharkiv from Kiev, you're going to have to bring your own fuel with you. Not just to come here, but to come back. That is impossible task, let me tell you. And what's going to happen is at one moment, there's not going to be any drop of fuel here.
26. Furthermore, the Russians destroyed a gas station in the area of the settlement of Petrakpavlovka, basically in the area of the line of combat contact. So as you can see, the Russians continue a fuel war with the Ukrainian side, and as of the morning of the 25th of July of 2026, according to different sources, the Russians have destroyed more than 300 gas stations through the entire
I think it's more.
I would like to remind
I
you
heard 900, but
sources,
okay,
there are
maybe I'm wrong.
between 5,000 and 6,000 gas stations on the entire territory Ukraine, but we need to understand that when talking about the territory to the east of the river of Dnipro and let's say along Odessa,
they have fewer
and,
gas stations than in the west of Ukraine.
Regions, there are less than 2,000 gas stations, and as we can see, the Russians have already destroyed more than 10% of gas stations through this territory, through the area where the Russians are fighting with the Ukrainian side.
Okay.
Now let's discuss the situation on the ground. During the previous 12 hours, we received lots of very interesting updates. And first, let's talk about the Sumy direction. We haven't been receiving almost anything from the Sumy direction for a very long period of time. But today we start receiving updates that the Russians began assault operation in the direction of the settlement of Satki. As you can see, there is a very big forest in this area, and as you can see, according to different sources, the village of Satki is encircled and is located in some kind of pocket. It seems that the Russians right now are trying to maintain the lines in this area with the purpose to establish complete control over the pocket and to force the Ukrainians to fall back from this area. So the Russians continue the buffer zone operation. Furthermore, the Russians, as you can see, established complete FPV drone control over the territory to the east of the river by the name of Ribitsa. So we have two videos with FPV drones where the Russians were attacking vehicles of the armed forces of Ukraine that were trying to move through this area. The Russians established complete control, and furthermore, the local sources are saying that it's unsafe to use roads to the east of the city of Sumy that connects the city
road of
with
death,
the line
man.
of combat contact. So the Russian Sumy offensive operation intensifies. As for the Kharkiv direction, during the previous 12 hours, we received additional changes on the ground, and we see that the Russians continue their offensive operation around the settlement of Biely Kolodets. I would like to remind you that just yesterday we received the report that the Russians established complete control over the settlement of Ivashchina and the settlement of Zakharovka. Today the map has been adjusted once again, and today the map has been adjusted based on the report that was published by the Group of Forces North, and according to this report, the clashes began for the village of Virovka, which is located in the area of the settlement of Baksheevka. So the Russians continue breaking through Ukraine's defenses in this area, trying to take under physical control the road T2104 between the cities of Biely Kolodets and basically the settlement.
Okay, well, what's happening in Konstantinivka? Come on.
Of Biely northeastern parts of the Kharkiv region answers its decisive phase, and it seems that Ukrainians will not be able to hold their positions here. Furthermore, the Russians and the
Liman, what happening in Liman?
Stated about beginning of clashes for the settlement of Ustinovka, and these are the changes on the ground between the dates. So, which means that in coming days we will receive reports about additional control from the Russian side in this area. Now let's move further and let's talk about the Liman direction. During the previous 12 hours, once again, we haven't received anything, but we continue receiving reports that currently there are very heavy clashes between Russians and Ukrainians. There were reports that Ukrainians managed to encircle Russians in the area of the city of Liman, but later these reports were probably rejected or denied by different experts.
Of course.
So one thing is clear, that currently around the city of Liman, one of the most heaviest and difficult battles are taking place through the entire line of combat contact. The Ukrainians are trying to cut these pockets, the Russians are repelling these attacks, and we see that neither the Russians nor the Ukrainians publish reports about the situation in the city, which means that currently neither the Russians nor the Ukrainians have the initiative through this direction. As for the Eastern Slaviansk direction, during the previous 12 hours, we received this video where we can see how the Russians began bombing strongholds and positions of the armored forces of Ukraine.
It's already starting. The last city. The last city in Donbass, the Kramatorsk, Slaviansk, the citadel. And the battle is already started. The Russian main goal in this war is to taking these two cities, Kramatorsk and Slaviansk, and after that, if you can, we're going to see later in the map, there is no defensive lines until the Dnieper River, almost to the Kiev itself. So it's done. It's over.
This stronghold was attacked by Russians, which means that the Russians are moving their focus further in the western direction, and the Russian artillery and aviation focus is getting closer and closer to the eastern outskirts of the settlement of Slaviansk itself.
You see, that's the Slaviansk and Kramatorsk and Druzhivka. The Russian soldiers are already in Druzhivka, I think. We're going to hear. Not all of them, but forward operational reconnaissance units are already in there. I can get... let's hear it. But as soon as they get here, and from this direction, it's all over, man. It's going to take them 6 months, but maybe even less. Who knows? And after that, you see, this is the line of Donetsk People's Republic. This is the Russian main goal. After these three cities, there's no big city in this area. This is all small villages. It's easy for the Russians to just move through them. There is no defensive lines after this. And here, somewhere over there, is Dnieper River. And the Russians can move all the way almost to the Kiev. Almost.
As for the Alexeyevo-Drushkovka direction, today several pro-Russian sources reported that as a result of clashes, the Russians improved their position significantly through this area. Furthermore, today several pro-Ukrainian sources reported that there is a video in the internet where we might see how the Ukrainians using FPV drones, heavy FPV drones, were attacking Russians in the city.
I told you, so they're already in.
We will see a video confirming the Russian control over the settlement of Osikovo and over the southern parts of the Alexeyevo-Drushkovka agglomeration, which means that the city of Konstantinovka is becoming far, far away behind the Russian backs, and the Russians continue advancing further. As for the Dobropolye direction, during the previous 12 hours, the Russians published 2 videos with Russians in the central part of the city. I would like to remind you that 2 days ago, the Russians reported that as a result of clashes, the settlement of Belitska was captured by Russians, but without proofs. And today, 2 days after, as we can see, the Russians published at least 2 videos where we can see Russians raising the Russian flag somewhere in the central part, not somewhere in the central part, this place, and this place were geolocated by different sources and experts, which means that we have strong proofs that the Russians indeed control the settlement of Belitska, and the Russians continue advancing further in the direction of the city by the name of Dobropolye. As for the Zaporozhye direction, during the previous 12 hours, we haven't received anything special. Probably the most important is that the Russians continued attacking the southeastern parts of the city of Zaporozhye, and this territory was attacked by Russians. And this morning we received lots of pictures where we can see that this territory was completely wiped out by Russians, and it seems that according to pro-Russian sources, these territories were used by the Ukrainians as warehouses and for military purposes. And that's it for the short video. The Military with Samurai channel reminds we condemn any violence in the world. Thank you for your watching. Subscribe to my channel, put your likes, join my Patreon, and have a good day.
Yeah, thank you, Military Summary channel. So once more, go and subscribe. Amazing channel. You're gonna find out everything that's going on every day. 2 videos. Amazing. So what we're gonna do now, before we play any game, I wanted to check it out, what's happening in X. Okay. Okay, we got a Trump post. Let's see. The European Union is again unusual, taking direct aim at great American companies. I know. European Union fined Google about, I think, $1 billion after having fined Apple for no reason at all, $15 billion, Meta $3 billion, Amazon $2.5 billion, and many others. We have just been informed that Google, a truly advanced, has been fined another $1 billion without explanation. This brings the Google total to over $18 billion. Yeah, this is crap. What European Union doing is fucking crap. And I know, I live in Europe. This is illegal and highly discriminatory. Come on, Trump. Hit him, and hit him fucking hard. But it's not going to continue during the Trump administration. The United States of America is not a piggy bank for Europe, nor will we allow it to be. Please, let this truth serve to represent that we will immediately initiate a 301 investigation into the practice of robbing American companies and in turn the American taxpayer. The European Union will pay a very big price for this illegal and highly unethical conduct, which I have constantly warned them about. The penalties will be entirely reversed, and we anticipate a substantial tariff to be placed on them at the earliest possible moment. They told, yeah, okay, let's go. Let's see. Let's see if this is going to happen. We got another Kiev regime forced mobilization, of course. These lunatics kidnapping people left and right. Now, this is daily occurrences in Ukraine. As soon as you see the videos of everyday people filming on the streets, and there's like hundreds of videos every single day, you know this is happening everywhere. You see this sitting in a bus, like you filming something like that, that means it happened everywhere. Zelensky regime carried out another savage terrorist attack on holidays. You see, they're all constantly, Ukrainians constantly attacking the Ukrainians who live behind the contact line. Can you imagine that? They are attacking their own people who are behind on the Russian side of the contact line. And as soon as the Russians, let's say, take one of these villages, the Ukrainian says, fuck it, these people are Russians now. Fuck it, let's kill them all. What kind of moron, sick fucking monsters would do that? Well, recently they killed, I think, 21 students in that school. Now they killed 8 fucking civilians. It's like a switch. Because Russians took that territory. Now all of a sudden, all of Ukrainians who live on that territory is an enemy. Like this. And this is a fucking war crime. Absolute war crime. Do not have any doubt about it. Look at it. It's like it's not their country at all. But the Russians, look at this guy. Special Committee of Russia. They are amazing. You know why? Every single bomb, every single bullet that fall on these villages, the Russians documented. Every single one. What unit's firing that drone? Who command that unit? Who ordered it? So after the war, they can find and prosecute, or of course, disappearing these people. It's insane. Ukrainians are like they're now like a wounded animal. That animal is bleeding out. It's dying. And now what you see all over with these fucking drones everywhere, that's last attempt to stay alive. It's like a drowning person. You know, A drowning person, he's splashing everywhere, yelling. And if you come in front of him to try to save him, he's going to drown you too. And that's Ukraine right now. They're splashing everywhere. You know, but nothing will prevent them from drowning. Nothing. This is the last fucking, you know, the last breath before you die. That's Ukraine today. Look at this. Look at that. Look what they're doing to their own people for this fucking clown idiot. My God, if there's ever a person on this earth who destroyed his own country most of this guy, I just can't imagine. There's no one. There is no one. Look at him. Look what he's doing to his own people. I'm not saying there was no person in the history annals who did wrong to their own country. But this guy is doing this to his own people. For me, if I would run the country like that, I would say this person is more important to me than any of the dirt in Donbass, Zaporizhia, or anywhere else. You see, I want this person to stay alive. He's a Ukrainian. He's my brother. And I would rather live in Russia than let him die. And he killed 2 million Ukrainians. This guy over here, this lunatic. Look what they're doing to this guy. Look at it. And the people say, yeah, but Ukraine needs soldiers, mobilization. Okay. But the people who don't want to fight, don't want to fight. That's it. What are you going to do with them? Tell me. If you were in the trenches in war right now, and you find a guy like this, you would say, I don't want him here. He doesn't want to be here. I want people who want to be here. I will fight with them, but I will not fight with this guy. He doesn't want to be there. He was dragged by force, and he will not just kill himself, he will kill me too. You cannot trust this person. So the people who don't want to fight, don't send them. Don't mobilize them. And leave them alone. Let them help in another way. But we don't have any soldiers. If you don't have any soldiers left, then surrender. That's it. I don't know what to tell you, man. But you cannot do this. Look at it. Why? And I always wonder, why torture them? Why beat them? Okay, you capture them. Okay, but why disrespect them like that? Why beat them? Why kicking them? Why yelling at them? Why? I don't understand all these people. Look at his face. Look at this guy's face. He's enjoying this. He's a police officer, for God's sake. He should protect this guy, not kidnapping him. Jesus Christ, Zelensky. What the fuck did you do? This is insane. Kidnap a man in the city central square without asking for his name or documents. Women and children tried to help him, but they sprayed with pepper spray the women and children. What kind of fucking animal? These people who are doing this shit. I would say, wait a minute. These women are my sisters. What the fuck am I doing, man? At least don't pepper spray them. Holy fucking shit. You see, these videos will be the end of Zelensky. Absolutely. And as more as, wait a minute, what the fuck? The more we share them to everybody, the more this thing will be over. So I'm collecting videos for my German friend. He want to make a documentary. So he collected more than 90,000 of these videos, man. Oh, 90,000. 90,000 videos in these 4 years. Wait a minute. I want to watch the end. Wait a minute. Look, he's pepper spraying the grandmothers. Jesus Christ. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. He's pepper spraying a grandmother. I would just, I don't know. This fucking swine. I will find this fucking swine. Find you. Oh my God. See, that's why this could never happen in my country. Ever. We would just slaughter them all. You pepper spraying a grandmother. You're done. You're done. Just break their glass. Motherfucker. Look how many people came to help. Look. Zelensky's done. He just don't know it yet. Oh, we gotta share this. We gotta share this on fucking his account because this is the only thing that the world sees when they're reading his account, and let him see what he's doing to his own people. Oh, this one. What kind of animal dropping bombs on people in Zaporizhia? Oh, he still thinks this is like a change. This is gonna change the outcome. Sometimes I want to yell to him, "You fucking idiot! You only get Russians madder and madder. You will not change the outcome. This is not gonna. This is a pinpricks for the Russians. A mosquito bite, an inconvenience, nothing more." Look at this. Yeah, film their faces. Film their faces. So after the war, you can find every single one of these monsters who are doing that to their own fucking people instead of saying, "Fuck you, Zelensky. I'm not gonna kidnap my own brothers and sisters. Are you fucking crazy?" Oh, we're gonna send this one. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Fucking Zelensky idiot out of here. I want to see this video. I want to see this one.
Ваши дети будут страдать.
Номер машины? Давай.
Animals. Fucking animals. Film their faces. Film their faces so after the war they can be found. You see, if I'm a brother of this guy, I will find every single one of these guys. And I don't want to tell what I would do, but you can imagine. For my brother, fuck me, I would keep them in a basement for 2 years until they tell me where my brother is. This is in St. Petersburg. Let's see. Oh, dive! Oh, what a great fucking shot, man! Bravo! Bravo! Look, last fucking seconds, Ukrainian drone. Look, Russian air defense, man. Wait a minute, where does that come from? From down here somewhere. Yeah, it came down. Oh, okay, it's portable. So someone with Strela or what's it called? That Russian you can fire it from the shoulder, like Igla. Yeah. This is looks like an Igla. I fired Igla in my in the army, in the Serbian army. So this looked like Igla. Someone was here with a portable and hit him in the last moment. What a fucking great shot! Amazing. This guy deserves a medal. Look at it. It looks like that. Looks like an Igla. Bravo. Oh my God, we have this fucking interview with this fucking cow. Oh, we got a propaganda video from Laura Loomer interviewing Zelensky. What could get... Oh my God, I can't wait to watch this clown show.
From Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Lithuanians, Jewish people from these countries. Why they spoke Russian language? Because first of all, during 70 years plus Soviet Union period, they killed all the languages. So it's understandable when you know a little bit history, a little bit, just 100 years. 100 years. So they came, occupied the territories, then killed your traditions, killed churches. The churches everything was closed. Killed churches, destroyed it. To the churches, they made from these offices and
Total fucking lie.
other things, but it was churches. It had been churches in different historical.
Total fucking lie. And I will
From
tell you
Ru-
why. The Russians have 200 nationalities. Yes. The empire before in 1700s and 1800s, yes, they spread. But all these people today, in every region of Russia, they speak their own language if they want. The culture is preserved. No one is telling them they cannot speak their language. You can hear the music, all these people. It's a total fucking lie. I watched the documentary, man. It's not Russian documentary. It was like someone from the West doing the documentary about so many cultures in Russia. Every single one of them can speak their own language if they want. They don't have to speak Russian at all. They have their culture, their schools. It's a fucking lie.
Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Lithuanians, Jewish people from these countries. Why they spoke Russian language? Because first of all, during 70 years plus Soviet Union period, they killed all the languages. So it's
That's a lie.
understandable when
All the languages were preserved in Russia. That's a fucking lie.
Без вас не начнут точно.
Who is this? Who is this?
А может быть мы там на фоне баннера тогда давайте.
Who is this, man?
Здравствуйте. Очень приятно.
Можно вас подержать через красиво встать? Спасибо. Красиво? Конечно. Пойдем на концерт?
Без вас не начнут точно.
I don't even know who the fuck this is. I just don't. I'm a fool. I'm a harlequin. I'm just alive with a name without a fate. I knew it. I fucking knew it. You remember the heist in Paris that they stole those crown jewels and whatever? You see, listen to this. During the Zelensky family visit to Paris, French photographers reportedly noticed that Olena Zelenska was wearing a jewelry that allegedly matched a Liku necklace recently stolen from a French museum as a part of heist involving 20 pieces of jewelry worth. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Look at it. Oh my God. It's the same fucking necklace. Look. Look. Look, the butterfly. Look. You can even look. The same color. Everything. Look at it. Oh my God, man. My God, what a fucking scam on the whole world. This guy scammed the whole world. And all this time, he was disgusting, corrupted, cocaine monkey, stealing everything. I mean, my God, when this is all over and people find out what this lunatic did, you will be shocked. Look, she's wearing the stolen necklace from the Paris Museum in Paris. And Macron welcomed him and kissed him. Jesus Christ. I gotta save this. Okay. Oh, you're gonna wake up even worse. Oh, thank God. Something exploded in England.
Shit.
Thank God. It's about time. It's about time. I don't say that, but fucking shit. Forgot to put the video. I love giving these losers.
Shit.
That's a big explosion, man. There's gotta be weapons in there. Either Russians or Iranians.
Shit.
You wanna play with the big boys, England? Well, here it is. You're gonna get one of these every week.
Так, готово? Давайте
Готово, давай огонь, бандида. These Russian cornets are the best in the world, man. I know Serbian army has like at least 10,000 of these babies. They're so precise, so good.
Так, готово.
Never failed. An amazing weapon, man.
Веди ракету, веди.
It's an optical illusion, folks.
Еще. Ниже, ниже, левее.
I'm just
No,
trying
we are
to.
not
I'm
Nazis.
just trying. Just
No,
trying
we
to.
are not
I'm
Nazis.
just trying.
Oh yeah, they're Nazis. Of course they're Nazis. All the Western Ukraine, definitely. Yeah, now watch this. The new Ukrainian commander, his brother living in Russia, his parents living in Russia. I didn't know if you know this. I didn't even know this. The Syrskyi mother and father living in Moscow for 30 years. Now listen to what I'm saying. The commander of the whole Ukrainian army, Syrskyi, his mother and father were living in Moscow for 30 years. You know how I know this? Because I think Syrskyi's father having some medical problems. And the Russians ambulance came in, pick him up. The guy is fine. And the Russians are like that. They're not touching your family. But in Ukraine, your family will be dead. Absolute dead. Or in prison or worse. Keep hostage. The Russians are not doing that. Of course, the parents of Syrskyi don't want to see him. They don't want to talk to him. So this guy also, the new commander, have fucking brother and his parents living in Russia. Jesus Christ. проводит решение выставку предварительно опубликовала интернет-адрес. The Russians are dismantling the Black Sea every Ukrainian ship. It's under siege, a total fucking blockade.
I see the look in your eyes. Turn around, bite, eyes, part. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. Little bit terrified, and then I see the look in your eyes. Turn around, bite, eyes, part. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. Little bit.
They're the lunatics, man. Yeah, I gotta send them this. Wait, where is it? That she's wearing the stolen necklace. Unbelievable. She's wearing the stolen fucking necklace.
I asked him, what should I ask Vladimir Solovyov? And then he said, well, you have to ask him how close Russia is in using the nuclear option. So this is the question of President Vucic to you.
I think it's a very, very hard
It's
question.
close. Yeah, it's close.
Because, okay, and I'm dead serious. I'm like dead serious. There's one thing that Europeans and Americans do not understand about Russian mentality. In a way, we can be compared with bear that attacks without preliminary notification of its plans. People usually do not understand a Russian reaction because our evaluation of danger is completely different from Western. Westerners
the
think,
Serbians are
we'll
the
make
same.
this little step.
You see, yeah, absolutely. The Serbians are the same. We are not perceiving danger like these idiots in America. They are scared of everything like mouse. I remember when NATO bombing is, the people will stand, yeah, the bombs drop all around us. We just, yeah, it's okay, it's happening. But we didn't run. We didn't scared like, oh my God, let's go to the bunker shelter. No, we stayed on the streets, drinking beer, smoking cigarettes, laughing. So that's true. I know, because we have the same mentality. And they thinking that, oh my God, it's falling in Russia. The Russian people must be scared. No, just doing the work. They said, oh yeah, like in Serbia. You know what we did? Oh yeah, that's burning in the center of the city. Oh, fuck NATO, man. All right, let's continue what we're doing. Fuck it. What are you going to do? That's it. We completely have a different point of danger, like the Westerners. Absolutely different. We don't give a fuck. We don't care. We're just moving our lives. The Russians are even, I think, Serbians, the Russians are actually pretty the same. Slavic people. We have the pretty similar, I'm not saying the same, but similar mentality when it comes to danger. We're not perceiving that as danger. Yeah, it's falling all around us, but fuck it. It's not hitting me. Let's go. If he hits me, hits me. But one of these days, they're going to play the game too far with the Russians.
And Russia has to react. And then we'll make this.
Yeah, they're
because
taking
the cost of it is
because it was like this, the Russian has to react. It's all like because of they would do that. They will perceive danger like that. They will say, oh my God, let's say the Mexico hit the United States with these drones in refineries. They will nuke them. Because that's what they are. They're pussies. But the Russian says, all right, they hit us. It's war. Yeah, of course. It's war. Of course it's going to hit us. So let's fix this. Let's kill the people who are doing this. Let's move on. That's it. There is no fucking panic. They all thinking, oh my God, the Russians must be panicking. No, they're not. They're drinking their coffee, going to work. They're seeing stuff burning in the distance, saying, yeah, well, fuck it. It's war. We're going to do it. He's absolutely 100% right. I can attest to that.
Does this, and Russia will have to do something to evaluate the risk and let's say, how much does it cost to make this step? That's not how we think.
Absolutely.
We are not moving on this scale of escalation in little steps. We just consider whether those steps do have vital threat or not.
Yeah.
And if we consider that that's it, it's vital threat, then we react. We do not evaluate the cost of it. We're not pragmatic in those sense. We just consider, is it the question of survival or not? And if yes, nothing can stop us.
He's absolutely right. They do not know the Russian people. They just don't. I can attest to that 100%. The Serbians are the same. I can understand what he's saying. Just as I explained it to you a minute ago. We just don't give a fuck. If something's burning, they hit us, we would say, yeah, it's war. Of course it's going to hit us. But we are not panicking. We are not going to oh my God, we're going to surrender. No, because you know what? They are the one who's thinking like that. The Russians made one mistake, and I knew it from the beginning that it's gonna be that it was a mistake. I knew it from the beginning it was a mistake. The Russians should hit the warehouse in Poland at the beginning when all those ammunitions was staying there. The European continent was not ready with the Russian war, and immediately they would stop because the European people will demand it because they are pussies. They're fucking cowards. And Russia made a mistake back then to let it go, and now we have this. Now they're thinking, oh, Russia will not respond. That was a big mistake, and I knew back then it was a big mistake. And I remember I wrote it down on a Medvedev post, exactly that. I remember I said this is a big mistake, and it was. At Sukhoi 57, he has the best sound ever, man. Oh, amazing sound. Yeah. Let it burn then. I don't give a fuck. You see, the EU prohibits unmatched Russian B-20 seaplanes from putting out fires like the one ravaging in Spain. And why? Because they're Russian. Exactly. We ourselves are victims of the EU Russophobia. You see, those planes could really, really help them. Really help them. Russians have like, I think like 17 of these babies. Can you imagine? They will shut this fire down in 2 days. In 1 day, maybe. But no, it's going to burn for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. I say, let it burn. Fuck it. You want to be like that? Fuck you. Another kidnapping. Here we go. Another kidnapping. Oh, what are you going to defend? From who? No one's attacking you. I knew it. I fucking knew it. They're not gonna do that. Okay, we watched these videos. Oh my god, look at that.
I am Laura Loomer. I came to Ukraine because Tucker Carlson had the audacity to say that Ukraine is full of Nazi sympathizers.
Yeah. She switched. She switched because Candace Owens was in Russia and says 9 things about Russia. So now Laura Loomer cannot be on the same side as Candace Owens. That's how her brain is, how she's thinking. Oh my god, now I cannot be for Russia. What am I gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna be for Ukraine right now. Oh my god, I better start apologizing to Ukrainians right now. And she did that. She switched because of Candace Owens. Can you imagine more pathetic fucking creature? You know, the Candace Owens would never do that. She would say, yeah, fuck it, Laura Loomer will support Russia. So what? So do I. Good for you, Laura. But no, she's a small creature, man. Oh, look at that thing burning in England. You know what? Look at that. Totally. You know what this was? A fucking drone factory. And someone blew it up. I wonder who. Oh, that's beautiful. Let England feel fires a little bit. Let England feel a little bit of fires. They're helping hitting Russia for 4 fucking years now. And the Russians, this was the Russians, absolutely 100%. Telling them, back the fuck off. Look, it's destroyed. All right, let's read the post first. There are many reports circulating that the enemy abandoned its Poland and wounded Kharkiv. It means Ukrainians. Claim that all Ukrainian sources deny, but just look at this video. Our great artillery, it means Russian artillery, is so precise that a single strike sent one of these heathens straight into Valhalla. I gather he was their commander, given that none of the other militants gave the order to retrieve the bodies. They simply retreat. Beyond the militant lying on the ground, there are others wounded and dead. Troops just report the situation over the radio and pull back, leaving them out in the field. No pre-medical aid, nothing. I can believe that. How they behave with their own civilian population, I can definitely believe this. Let's see. Oh, right in the center, baby. Right in the center. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's dead. Right in front of him, man. Oh my god. You see, he's down. He's dead. There's another one. You can't run. You just can't run. Oh my god, look what that thing fall. Right, the second one fall right there. Oh, there he is. This one fall. Where's the body? It's right here. This guy's dead. There he is. Right here somewhere. Yeah. No, he's dead. Definitely dead. Look at him. He's not moving anymore.
Все, пацаны, він 200.
Okay, when they say 300, that means he's wounded. When they say 200, it's dead. He just said 200, that means 200. So he's dead.
Чип, уходим.
Okay, just for the YouTube and all these videos are just in educational purposes to show people what war really like. Nothing else. Yeah, he's dead. The war is hell.
Да, пизда.
He's gone. You see, never fight a war. It's hell.
Да.
Я Дейл, Толя 300, Кай 300, 200, мы уходим, 200, він 200.
He's saying he's 200. Now look at the shrapnel, man. Oh my god, he's not having any legs. Oh boy, look at it. There's another one coming.
Уходим. Да. Чип, забери, може, другу. Возьми, подивись другу.
Пацаны, пожалуйста, блядь.
Я Дейл, Кай 200. Мы отходим.
Бегу, пацаны, пожалуйста.
Тихо.
200, Кай 200. Стой.
Аккуратно, пацани.
Що говори?
Не психуй. Брат, не психуй, присядь.
Yes, he's right. Get the fuck out of there. You see, this guy is right, man. Get the fuck out of there. They already have a drone. They see their artillery is on spot. So they will hit you again on the same spot. You have to move. This guy, commander, says, oh, don't worry, it's all right. No, it's not all right, you fucking idiot. They already found us. Their artillery is precise. You can see that. They already killed one of them. So get the fuck out of there.
Парню.
Look at them. They're all sitting like...
Я не знаю, там ніхто не відповідає. Лягли!
You don't have. You can just hear boom, and then.
Все, відходимо перебіжками, мужики.
Поки нас, сука, не нахуярило, блядь.
Це наші. Уходимо, мужики, уходимо. Розбіглися, тому що нас видно, нахуй, а тут там дома високі, блядь.
Okay, now he's saying something else which is very important. I understand a little bit of Russian. And this guy speaking Russian, not Ukrainian, just for a record. He said something else. When the second one fired, look, listen to this.
Лягли!
Now, listen to the next one.
Все,
Listen.
відходимо перебіжками, мужики.
Поки нас, сука, не нахуярило, блядь.
You hear that one? That's the Ukrainian artillery. And he's saying ours, because now the Ukrainian drone can see this bunch of what Ukrainians are doing. They have a mission to do. And what they're doing, they're coming back. And the Ukrainian commanders don't want that. They want them to go forward. But these guys are pulling back. So he's in one moment he says our artillery is gonna hit us. Why? Because sometimes Ukrainians killing their own. So they don't pull back.
Це наші.
And that's what he said. It's ours. That's наші. Це наша. That's ours.
Це наші.
Наші.
Уходимо,
Ours.
мужики, уходимо.
Brzo, bežte.
Розбіглися.
Sad je shvatio. Da će sada i gađa i ukrajinska artiljerija zato što se povlače. He's now figuring out that Ukrainian artillery is gonna hit him because they're pulling back.
Тому що нас видно, нахуй, а тут там дома високі, блядь.
And now they're running. Because they're figuring out that both of the artillery is Russian and Ukrainian as hitting them. Unbelievable, man. Kyiv hitting civilian targets in Russia to provoke mirror response, like Pentagon analysis. Yeah, that is Zelensky, definitely. Kiev hitting civilian targets in Russia to provoke mirror response. Ex-Pentagon analysis. Kiev is targeting civilians' infrastructure in Russia in attempt to provoke Moscow into responding in kind. This way, Ukraine can play the victim. Oh my God. Of course, I can believe that 100% knowing everything I know about this war and Ukraine and Zelensky. Knowing Western media will largely ignore attacks on Russian civilians, former Pentagon senior security policy analyst said. To Zelensky, it is more important to keep up the flow of money than it's to win this war, of course. That's true. That is absolutely true. Okay, so Russians actually hit the target. Oh, the Russians hit. Wait a minute. The Russians hit exhibition. Oh my God! They killed every Ukrainian fucking commander in there. Russia hit defense industry exhibition in Kiev in the village of Kapnik with 8 Iskander missiles. Why? Because these idiots having the exhibition of every weapon they have to brag, and they invited all the military personnel, the commanders, the foreigners, and says, look what we have. This is what we're going to... And all of a sudden, 8 Iskanders came in and killed them all, including this guy who was what? He was colonel in the armed forces of Ukraine. Among them is Edward Sirenko, colonel simultaneously the AFU, Armed Forces of Ukraine, and the SBU and GUR. This guy was a big shot. And look what the Ukrainians are saying. The Ukrainians are saying, there will be no post today, only sincere condolences to the family, relative, friends of the most sincere man, comrade, man of honor and word and good friend. Rest in peace in region Etka. Now, he says later, I hope the organizers of the exhibition are satisfied. It means you idiots, you arranged this and invite everybody. What a losers. Maybe I consider it's a matter of honor for our servicemen to find who the traitor is. So someone told the Russians. My God. Just as the Jordanians, if you remember those Iranian hit, they were all wondering, oh my God, how the Iranians knew. Well, the Jordanians told them. Why? Because they're based in a Jordanian land, and Jordanians hate the United States, and Jordanians, someone told the Iranians, hey, this is a great target, man. Oh, now look at this. Employee of the Polish arms company killed in a Russian attack. So even foreigners are killed. They came to brag. They came to give weapons to kill the Russians. Well. So by these standards, this was a great target for the Russians. They fired 8 Iskanders. Where did I read that? I just read somewhere. Oh, here it is. 8 Iskander missiles. You see, the Russians destroyed everything, dude. Look at it. And they killed everybody. Exhibits. Look what the exhibits was. Drones, tactical reconnaissance aircraft, anti-drone electronic warfare, jamming stations, specialized security systems to protect infrastructure. This was the exhibit for all of that. And every major manufactured weapons was here. We're going to find out soon enough. This was today, recently. We're going to find out today that at least 50 of big people died. Just like this guy from Poland. Where did I read that? Where did I read that, man? It was right here, right? Oh my God, this is the great target. You see, listen to this. So you promote a military exhibition of weapons that strike civilian targets in Russia, and you're not expecting the response. What a mistake, man. Not expedition. Exhibition. What? Look at this guy, man. All right. They're all kidnapped people, man. Yeah, but listen to this. All men should do military service like in Israel, but he is not in the military. His children are not going to go. You see, this is a great way to deal all the wars. You know what it is? Every country just say, if war starts, it doesn't matter how. First children to go are the president, vice president, and every other member of the parliament. It's a law. They have to be first. You know what's going to happen? The war will stop immediately because these people will never go and sacrifice their own kids. Never. That should be law everywhere. Okay, we go to war, but Mr. Trump, your two sons are going first. Yeah, but they're not in the middle. It doesn't matter. They're gonna have to be on the front line. They can, if they can't fire a weapon, they can cook. They can run. They can deliver the ammo. They can drive a truck. I don't give a fuck. But they will be on the front line. Every single one of them. And you know what's going to happen? The war will be over in a second. They would say, yeah, okay, let's negotiate. I can guarantee you that. Okay, I have to go, but I'm coming back in 15 minutes. We're going to continue.